Abilities are a unique and essential aspect of every Pokémon, often boosting or even defining their strengths and roles on the team. While some Pokémon don't rely heavily on their abilities, others are practically carried by them, and would be significantly weaker in competitive play without them. Today, we're diving into the Pokémon that owe their success to their abilities in competitive play. I'll be looking at this from a competitive singles perspective, specifically Smogon singles, but I will mention VGC if it comes up. With that in mind, let's get into the Pokémon that thrive thanks to their game-changing abilities. Azumarill, Diggersby and Mega Mawile all share the powerful ability Huge Power, which doubles the user's attack stat. This ability alone makes them formidable, but these Pokémon are highly dependent on it as a result. Without Huge Power, Azumarill and Diggersby would struggle with low base attack stats of 50 and 56 respectively. Mega Mawile, however, boasts a much higher base attack stat of 105, making it the most potent user of this ability. An important detail about Huge Power is that it doesn't simply double a Pokémon's base attack stat. For example, Azumarill's base attack doesn't become 100 with Huge Power. Instead, the ability doubles its actual attack, which varies based on level, EVs and nature. For instance, a level 100 Azumarill with maxed out attack EVs and an attack boosting nature reaches an attack stat of 218. In battle, Huge Power doubles this value, giving Azumarill an effective attack stat of 436, comparable to a maxed out base attack of 150. If you're curious, Mega Mawile's base 105 attack stat is almost 260 base when maxed out. Mega Mawile's strength with Huge Power led to it being banned in Ubers in Gen 6 and remains one of the top wall breakers in Gen 7 OU. Azumarill meanwhile has consistently performed as a dangerous wall breaker across multiple generations in both UU and OU. Diggersby has also proven strong enough to be banned from UU in both Gen 6 and 7 and from RU in Gen 8. The saving grace of these Pokémon is their Huge Power ability, as they have many shortcomings even with it. Without Huge Power, their viability would be drastically lower. Mega Medicham deserves a special mention as well. Its pure power ability provides the same effect as Huge Power, making it a serious threat in OU during Gen 6 and 7. Pelipper, Torkoal and Alolan Ninetales all have abilities that set up a specific weather condition. Pelipper summons rain, Torkoal brings the sun, and Ninetales triggers snow or hail in earlier generations. These Pokémon are essential for weather-based teams but rarely used outside of those contexts. While they offer some utility, it's typically not enough to make them viable in standard competitive team. The exception would be Ninetales, which is used on hyper-offensive teams due to Auroraville, but without setting the hail, it cannot use Auroraville. The utility and team support provided by these Pokémon simply through their ability to set up weather on entry is invaluable, as weather teams rely heavily on having a dedicated weather setter. Manually setting weather is far less consistent, as it requires a turn, takes up a move slot and can be easily disrupted by an opponent. Weather boosts a variety of Pokémon, with some even depending on it. For example, Mega Swampert, Barraskewda and the band Achelodon thrive on rain teams, while the band Excalibur and Gen 8's Arctozolt excel on snow and hail teams. Some teams meanwhile power up Photosynthesis Pokémon and several others like Venusaur with significant boosts. Prior to gaining these abilities, Pelipper and Torkoal were rarely used in high level play. However, the strength of weather effects is undeniable, and as a result, these Pokémon have all seen viability in OU throughout various generations. Even Politoed and Abomasnow were viable in Gen 5, thanks to their weather setting abilities, which played a crucial role in the weather wars that dominated the generation. The same holds true in VGC, where these weather setters have also enjoyed considerable success. This demonstrates the effectiveness of weather-based teams in both singles and doubles formats, underscoring the versatility and strength that weather brings to competitive play. Similar to weather setters, terrain setters play a crucial role in the competitive scene. Rillaboom and Indeedee are prime examples. At the start of Gen 8, Rillaboom wasn't particularly strong, but gaining Grassy Surge combined with Grassy Glide transformed it into a meta-defining threat. Grassy Terrain not only boosts Rillaboom's power by enhancing its Grass-type moves and giving it one of the game's strongest priority moves, but it also provides excellent team support. Beyond boosting grass moves, grassy terrain heals grounded Pokemon each turn, similar to leftovers, and reduces earthquake damage. Additionally, the item Grassy Seed activates immediately, granting a defense boost. Many Pokemon benefit from these effects, including Heatran, Superior, and the banned Sneasler. Even when Rillaboom returned in Gen 9 without Grassy Glide, it remained valuable as a terrain setter, and its role became even stronger upon regaining a nerfed version of Grassy Glide. Indeedee served a similar purpose as a Psychic terrain setter. Early on in Gen 9 OU metagame, Psychic terrain teams became quite effective. This terrain not only boosts the power of Psychic moves, but also prevents the use of priority moves on grounded Pokemon. This advantage allowed certain hyper-offensive team setups featuring Pokemon like Armarouge and Poltergeist to excel. With anti-hazard support from Hatterene, these Pokemon became very challenging to deal with, often holding a focus sash and avoiding common revenge killing tactics. The ability to use priority moves, which are usually effective against setup sweepers, made these teams especially resilient. This also applies to VGC, where Rillaboom has consistently been a strong choice, providing valuable support with grassy terrain, while Indeedee has seen significant use alongside Armarouge on Psychic terrain teams. Together, they created an ideal setup for Armarouge to thrive, showcasing how certain terrain strategies can be just as impactful in the doubles format. Superior was one of the worst starters upon release, but everything changed when it gained its hidden ability, Contrary. This ability inverts any stat changes, which Superior can exploit with Stab Leaf Storm, boosting its special attack by 2 stages after its use. Suddenly, Superior's low base 75 special attack became a serious threat, as it can keep attacking and boosting its power, especially with its naturally high speed. Contrary also makes Superior effective against Sticky Web teams, as it receives a speed boost rather than a drop. Additionally, switching into Defog can grant it an evasiveness boost, making it even harder to take down. Despite limited coverage options, the utility of Contrary combined with Leaf Storm made Superior a defining threat in the OU metagame across multiple generations. When it returned in Gen 9, it remained a formidable threat, especially early on with Terrestrialization and Terra Blast, allowing it to gain a neutral coverage and continue boosting its special attack too. Ditto is perhaps the most iconic example of a Pokemon entirely defined by its ability. Before gaining its hidden ability, Imposter, Ditto was nearly unusable in competitive play. Imposter allows Ditto to automatically transform into the opposing Pokemon upon switching in, copying any stat boosts they have accumulated. This gives Ditto a powerful niche as a revenge killer, often using a choice scarf to outspeed and threaten strong setup sweepers. Without Imposter, Ditto's poor base stats, inability to learn moves other than Transform, and lack of bulk or speed left it unable to compete. However, with Imposter, Ditto became a valuable niche pick that could threaten reverse sweeps, particularly at the start of a new generation when hyper-offensive teams are common due to fresh, powerful sweepers entering the meta. That being said, Imposter does have its limitations. It cannot copy a Pokemon behind a substitute, is unable to mimic the boost that Paradox Pokemon gain from booster energy, and doesn't copy Terra types. These constraints make Ditto less effective in Gen 9, though its unique niche ensures it will always retain some level of viability in competitive play. Let me know in the comments, what is the number 1 Pokemon you think is carried by its ability? What Pokemon do you think that should have perhaps be on this list? If you enjoyed the video and want to see a follow-up where I go over more Pokemon carried by their ability, let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with the content like this. And if you want to support the channel even more, consider becoming a member. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.